Rack Focus. Hey everybody, Johnny O from the Plot Hole, and it's time for Unpopular Opinions episode number 24. Let's get right into it. Unpopular opinion number 1. I don't care if the toilet seat is up or down when I'm finished using the facilities. Why is it my responsibility to make sure that you don't fall in? If you don't want a wet backside when you sit on the throne, then I suggest you put the toilet seat down. Don't rely on me or anyone else to do it for you there, princess. Furthermore, how am I supposed to know that you are going to be the one to use the toilet next? Say I put the toilet seat down, and then, in the middle of the night, my old man bladder decides it's had enough, and I have to get up to use the restroom. Well, then I gotta pick up the toilet seat first. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, it's not a big deal to pick the toilet seat up, is it? Well, no, but equally, it's not a big deal for you to put the toilet seat down. I mean, I make sure the damn thing is put down before I fire off a missile. So I imagine you can do the same thing. And if it isn't, it's not your fault that my backside gets a toilet bowl bidet. Are you that incompetent that you can't tell whether or not the seat is up or down? At the end of the day, your dry backside is your responsibility and not mine. Unpopular opinion number 2. This whole sentiment about I don't want to see people get hurt, blah blah blah, bullspit, that stuff can go sit and rotate. Now, let me say this, I truly don't want to see people get hurt. I'm not calling for the harm of anyone. Let's make that perfectly clear. I'd rather see everyone get along doing whatever it is they enjoy doing, within reason, of course. That being said, recently, Nathan Thompson's new protege, Be the Change, went into his local Walmart where he felt the need to touch shelf after shelf and item after item and then rub his face. It's this blatant disregard for human life that has the United States looking at well over 400,000 deaths due to COVID-19. Yeah, I said it, COVID-19. Do I want to see this moron get hurt? I wouldn't be upset if he did. Well, I'd rather see this complete douchebag catch CV-19 rather than the old lady who picks up the loaf of bread behind him, or the little kid who grabs the candy that Captain Cherry Pick just finished rubbing his snot all over. Do I want someone to teach this tool bag a lesson? No. Don't go out there and go looking to harm this guy. Do I hope that he wins a little bit of the play stupid games, win stupid prizes game? Absolutely. Because it's people like this that deserve to reap what they sow. And unfortunately, as we have seen time and time again, it's not the person committing the jackassery that gets injured. It's some random granny or grandfather or little child or random person who, by all means and purposes, had nothing to do with this idiot's actions, other than being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Listen, for any of you who's out there thinking that I might be calling for you to actively seek out this fool and harm him, I'm not. Don't do it. He's not worth it. If you see someone doing what this hillbilly did, absolutely call him out on it. Inform the local authorities, and do your best to keep the spread of this virus to a minimum. To all of you who spread the lie that this is a fake virus, go find something else better to do with your time. Don't go off and do this horse poo just to prove to the world that you don't understand how infectious diseases work. Unpopular opinion number 3. Having dreams is what makes life worth living. Recently, I had a reconnection with my desire to build a small, off-the-grid cabin out in the woods. I've thought about this cabin for years, ever since my mother moved to Colorado. In my head, I've designed this cabin meticulously, knowing where I want to put the wood-burning stove, knowing where I want to put the bunks, etc. Everything about this cabin I've thought over and over and over again. My wife and I have recently started looking at available property that's near where my mother lives. It's not as remote as I'd like, but it comes with the amenities that I'm looking for. And it's accessible almost year-round. The price isn't bad either. However, we're not ready to buy property out of state. In fact, We're not even ready to buy a house and property inside of the current state we live. We've got some credit repair, savings, and planning to do before we can re-enter home ownership. So why am I looking at properties for sale in Colorado? Because a dream serves as motivation. Also, keeping your finger on the pulse of the market absolutely helps you when you are ready to buy. Having a dream, so long as you don't get lost in it, is what life is all about. Working towards something that you want, and then putting yourself in a position to be able to attain it, and then doing it. That's what life should be about. Work hard, sure, but what's the point of working hard if you don't get to enjoy the fruits of your labor? Everyone should have the ability to work towards some dream or some goal, and not just those who are well off. Finally, God doesn't owe you jack shit. Now, I'm probably going to take a little bit of flack from some of my theist buddies on this one, but hear me out. Let's say, for the sake of argument, that God is real. And God follows the traditional Western concepts of omniscience, he's all-knowing, omnibenevolence, does all good, omnipresence, means he's everywhere, and omnipotence, meaning he's all-powerful. Never mind the paradoxical predicament that puts us in. We'll set that aside. Let's also agree that God puts us in or is responsible for whatever predicament we currently find ourselves in. So when that single parent who works his or her entire life just to pay those measly bills to put roof over the children's head, food in their bellies, clothes in their back, etc., all of a sudden gets a job that does more than provide the simple basics, give this person, spending money, a little bit more lavish lifestyle than they're accustomed to, or this parent wins the lottery. Why does all glory go to God? That person made it through the hard times in spite of God, not because of God. All my theist pals here are chomping at the bit to get at me. But consider this, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. I'm going to read this one for you. There hath no temptation taken you but such as man can bear, but God is. He will not let you be tempted more than you can bear, but God is faithful. He will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can handle. God allows us these temptations. Why? Why does God feel the need to tempt us or to test us at all times? And why should I give glory to God when I'm the one who passes these tests? No, I did it in spite of God, not because of God. I generally keep my views and my beliefs on religion to myself, and this in no way, shape, or form aptly gives any type of evidence towards what I do or do not believe when it comes to the Almighty. If God and I had a relationship on the socials, it would probably best be described as it's complicated. I digress. People, stop giving away all of your accomplishments to somebody else that had nothing to do with whether you did or didn't achieve your achievements. You climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. You trained for this. You prepared your mind, your body, your plan, everything for this accomplishment. It would be one thing if you simply said, hey, dear God, can I climb Mount Kilimanjaro? And then the very next day you went and did it. Without any training, without any knowledge of Mount Kilimanjaro. No, nothing. No preparations, nothing. That would be one thing. Yeah, give glory to God for that one. Taking credit for your hard work isn't a sin, if such a thing exists. Furthermore, should God exist in the way that he is presented in the Bible, then why would he want to take credit for our accomplishments? If God is an angry God willing to put Job through some of the most heinous torment that any one person should endure just to see if Job's faith will waver, then why should Job give all the credit and all the accomplishment to God when Job's the one passing all the tests? Yeah, forget all that glory to God nonsense. Take credit for your accomplishments and don't give anybody any credit for something they didn't earn. God, you and me are cool, but don't try and steal my thunder. All right, everybody, that's Johnny O. This has been Unpopular Opinions, episode number 24. If you enjoyed today's show, give me a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down is perfectly okay, too. I'm more than happy to read your comments, so leave me a comment of your unpopular opinions down in the comment section below. I'm going to start another compilation episode. If you want to get in on that, shoot me an email at theplothole1@gmail.com with your submission. I'd be more than happy to include it. Also, we're trying to make a big push. We have a goal of 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you would do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, Really helps out the channel. If you are already a subscriber, share this with your friends. Maybe they'll enjoy the content too. If you enjoyed today's show and you want to support the channel monetarily, you can do it by several ways. You can become a channel member, you can buy some Plot Hole merchandise, or you can go to www.patreon.com/theplothole1. That's the number 1, not the Oneaters. I'm really close to tossing that joke out. I think I need 1 or 2 more patrons, and we're completely done. We'll be at that 25 goal. When I hit that goal, I'll do the raffle for the shirt and the mug and a couple of little things for the kiddos. So yeah, that being said, get on there and do that. Now, if you can't, I completely understand. Times being what they are, with the stuff and the Rona and all this business, I completely get it. A simple like, share, and subscribe is all the support that I really need. And maybe a comment or two down in the comment section, because that really does seem to push the channel. Anyway, I'm Johnny O. This is The Plot Hole, and don't forget, keep your opinions unpopular, baby.